If you have a desire that you have launched, but it hasn't come into manifestation, and it feels uncomfortable to you, it is worrisome to you or disappointing to you, then that means that your habit of thought, that's what a belief is holding it away from you. You've got contradiction because you can't want something and doubt it and bring it, because the doubt holds it away. It makes perfect sense when you think about it, when you understand that you are a vibrational being in a vibrational universe, and that law of attraction is managing all things. So what it comes down to is that what you think matters a lot, because what you think is vibration and law of attraction is responding to it. So you get what you think about, whether you want it or not. Many people are confused because they think that they're talking about what they want because they're using words about their desire. But when you're using words about your desire at the same time that you're feeling uncomfortable, then you are actually offering a vibration in opposition to your desire. Your desire has to feel good to you, and that, in the simplest of terms, is what your work is as a deliberate creator. Life helps you sort out what your desires are, and then you must find a way to make peace with your desire. You must give yourself enough self-talk that you believe what you are desiring. And that's interesting, since you live in a world where manifestations abound, and you are enamored, and we don't blame you. We understand why you would be excited about, interested in the things that have been manifested. So you offer most of your vibration based upon what you are observing. But if you are observing right now the absence of something that you want, then that observation is causing you to offer continuing vibration that is actually resistance to the desire that is in the process of coming, but you're holding it up by your awareness that it hasn't come yet. Isn't that interesting? So how are you going to get around that? How are you going to not notice what isn't there? How are you going to not notice what is there that you don't want to be there? We recommend head in the sand. We recommend caring more about how you feel than anything else. What we are really calling it, and you've been hearing this term probably all of your life, but not in the accurate, vibrational-based, law-based, universal-based way that we mean it. You want to be unconditional in your creating. Unconditional meaning the condition hasn't occurred yet, and if I'm noticing that the condition hasn't occurred yet, then in my conditional approach to it, I'm offering a vibration about the condition that hasn't occurred yet, and so I'm keeping the conditions that I do want to occur from occurring because I'm focused upon the condition that hasn't occurred yet. Doesn't that make perfect sense to you? So you gotta not do that, okay? Don't focus on the condition that hasn't occurred yet, or the condition that has occurred that you didn't want to occur. Don't focus on those conditions. Don't make the manifestation such a big hairy deal right now. Don't focus on the outcome. Focus upon the unconditioned, which is what we are wanting to call today the emotional. So let's say that you've decided that you could use an extra $10 million. Oh, you'll get that easily, but we're talking about right away. We're talking about regularly, monthly. We're talking about a lot of financial remuneration coming your way. So let's say you've decided that you want that, and let's say that you spend a little time thinking about it, like all of your life so far, and you really do want that. You want that. If we were to say to you, do you have desire? You would say, oh boy, do I ever. I have this powerful desire. So you've got that desire in place. But we don't want to hurt your feelings, and since we are teachers of deliberate creation, this may not go down well with you, but it's probably not going to happen today. So if you're looking for that $10 million today and not see it, then you're likely to be offering a vibration about the absence of the desire that you want. But you could, if you were willing to be unconditional in your creation, you could find a feeling of prosperity. You could find a feeling of well-being. You could acknowledge what having abundance feels like. You could remember moments of feeling prosperous, or you could remember having seen something that made you feel that way. And you could accomplish right now, in 1 minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you could accomplish in this day the unconditioned, the vibration that matches the unconditioned of that abundance. And if you do that and you do that often, then it is our absolute promise to you that that manifestation must come into your experience, and relatively quickly, because you will have done what almost nobody does. You will have held the vibration of your desire and no longer contradicted it by facing reality. You see how that works? If you just heard that, you have just captured for yourself the key to accomplishing, to being or doing or having anything that you desire. But you've got to get your eyes off of what isn't happening, because law of attraction is bringing you whatever is active in your vibration. And sometimes the more you want something, the more what is active in your vibration is the fact that it has not come yet. So you've got this yearning, even hopeful, but mostly discouraged kind of feeling, because things don't manifest instantaneously. So how is it that things do manifest? How do you, because it is you doing it, it is not anybody else doing it, how do you turn your thoughts to things? How do you turn the vibration that you have launched? How do you turn it into a manifestation? How does it become actual? How do you see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it? What makes it real? Most people never even think about that. They just look around the world at the things that are already real. This, what they consider to be finite pile of whatever good stuff they want, and then they just squabble over it. But you are creators. You have come to create your own pile, not to try to find someone else's and get them to give it to you. They don't want to do that. So if you can think just a little bit, we know it's an odd thing to consider, but how do vibrations turn into reality? How does the manifestation occur? Jerry was going to, and we are now with him, writing a book called Turning Thoughts to Things, because it is all about, you've launched the vibration. You've been listening to us for a while? So the creative process is what? Step one is ask. And ask comes out of the contrast that you're living. So you ask and launch these rockets of desires. Step two is source answers that rocket of desire, becomes the vibrational equivalent of it, is the vibrational equivalent of it, offers a vibration of it, stands as the accomplishment, the achievement, the fulfillment of what you've asked for. Your inner being stands there as the fulfillment of all of the desires, all of the composite desires, all of the amended desires that you have launched in a vibrational reality. You've been listening to us for a while. You may have read the book, The Vortex. That's what that is. That vibrational reality. We wanted you to feel the synergy of it. We wanted you to feel the calling power of it. We wanted you to realize that this vortex, this spinning vortex, is calling to its center all things that you've asked for. The question is, are you letting yourself be called to it? Are you in a vibrational place where you are allowing what's vibrationally accomplished by you to be perceived by you in what you want to call real life experience? You said to us, Abraham, I'll play your silly game. I will accept that I create my own reality, and I will accept that law of attraction manages it, and I will accept that I've launched plenty of creations, and I will accept that there is a vibrational version of everything I want waiting for me to achieve vibrational readiness with it. I just want to know, how do I get my money out of the vortex and into the bank? How does the vibration that you're so sure exists, and we are because we see it, we see the fulfillment of what you've been asking for. We know who you are. We know what you're asking for. We know it. We see it. We see where it is. We see where you are in relationship to it. And every word we speak is about helping you to achieve a vibrational stance that allows what you have created to flow easily to you. It's already been delivered to you, but you have to find the vibrational frequency that allows you to see it, in the same way that your tuner has to be tuned to the same frequency of whatever the transmitter is, or you don't receive the telephone call or the radio signal or the television signal. In other words, these signals have to match up. So here's the question. Think about this today and tomorrow and forevermore. Does the signal of my desire and the signal of my belief, do they match? Are they matching signals? Because my desire is high flying. Is my belief? Do I believe that it's coming, or do I need to see it first? Because if you need to see it first, then you're living that conditional life that we are talking about. And if you need to see it first, then it's not going to come, not anytime soon. You slowly and sluggishly watch other people and you see what they do, and maybe it causes your expectation for yourself to morph a little bit, but it's so slow going. It's so slow going, and it does not need to be. You have created enough and put it into your vibrational reality, into your vortex of creation, to keep you happily satisfied and busy in terms of action and stuff and things and living your life for 20 or 30 lifetimes. That's how much is there already for you, ready for you to become a vibrational match to. So that's what we talk about here. We're talking about how you can accomplish a vibrational stance that puts you in the receptive mode, so that first the idea occurs to you and the emotion comes with it. That's the first manifestation. That's the first indication. That's the first turning of it from a thought to a thing. And once that thought, from a vibration to a thought, from a thought to an emotion, there it is. It's alive and it's real. And if you can be happy, this is the key. If you can make yourself happy for a little while, with the uncondition of the thought and the emotion. If you can say, I got the best idea and it felt so good to me. It feels so good to me. And I'm so happy with this idea. And not be mad at yourself or at somebody else that the idea hasn't come to full fruition, where you can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it. Right now you're just feeling it and knowing it and expecting it and glad for it. If you can hold yourself there just for a little while, it is our promise to you that that vibration will gain momentum and your ability to perceive it will grow and grow and grow until you'll be rendezvousing. You'll find yourself talking to people that know. Doors will be opening for you, and you will be recognizing it. And you will find yourself this compliant, cooperative, joyful component of your own creation, being guided to the culmination. But it's not just the culmination that you're looking for. It's that journey all the way along. It's the new idea coming and the thrill of it. It's the recognition that you received it and the thrill of that. It's watching the universe knocking itself out to provide evidence for you. Do you know how many clues are there for you in every moment of every day? Because the source within you does know where you stand in relationship to everything you want, and is offering steady guidance about that. Steady guidance to assist you to navigate, hear these words, your path of least resistance. Those words really matter. Your path of least resistance. Esther's laughing, really. She's climbing over things. She said, this is not the path of least resistance that I had envisioned. Everything's on wheels. It was not a problem. It was more fun than anything else. But what we want you to understand, the obstacles in your path are all on wheels. They will move easily out of your way. But you sometimes make them so much more than they need to be. So the path of least resistance, we want to stay here just for a moment. The path of least resistance and path of most allowance are the same path, aren't they? You just hear it a little easier with path of least resistance, because there will always be, we love you so much, you know what's coming next. There will always be some resistance on your path, because you are leading edge creators. You're out here in the environment of contrast. You are here where from the contrast you are giving birth to desires. And as you are giving birth to desires from this contrast, there is always going to be resistance on your path. We want you to understand, though, that since your source knows where you want to be, how you want to feel, what you want to have with you, who you want to have with you, every desire is understood completely by your inner being, by your Abraham, by your source. So that means that your source is calling you toward what you are asking for, calling you around and over and under and through that path of least resistance.